Welcome to C Video Lectures. In this lecture we are going to study about the remaining three control statements, that is for loop, while loop and do while loop. If else and switch we have already done in the previous lecture. Now coming to for loop. The syntax of for loop is for expression 1 semicolon expression 2 semicolon expression 3. Expression 1 is generally the initialization. For example, say I is equal to 0, and expression 2 is the terminating condition or a relational expression, that is, say I is less than 10. That is, in this case I is 0 and the value of I is less than 10. That is, if the value of I is 10 or greater than 10, this loop will terminate. And in this expression we have to use anything that is changing the value of I, say I plus plus, that is, it is incrementing the value of I by 1. Now in first case I is 0, and it will check is 0 less than 10, which is true, and then it will increment, that is I is equal to 1 now. Then it would execute the statements that are below it. Statements. In next case I is equal to 1, and it will check is I is less than 10, that is 1 less than 10, which is true. It would execute the statement again. Now I is 2 less than 10, true, and this would continue till I is 9. When I is 9, it will check is 9 less than 10, which is true. I plus plus, that is, the value of I is 10 now. Now again it will execute. After that I is equal to 10 is 10 less than 10, which is not true, so that this condition is not true now, so the for loop will terminate. This would be clear with the help of following example. New file. Please turn on to full screen mode for better clarity. Include stdio.h, include conio.h, main function, then say now we are going to print 1 to 10 using for loop. For that, int I, we are declaring one integer variable, int I. Now we are using for loop. In for loop we have initialization condition. Now since we have to print from 1 to 10, so we have to initialize I with 1. Since the first value we have to print is 1, I is equal to 1. There you go. Next is the terminating condition, that is 10. We have to print from 1 to 10. Therefore the terminating condition is I is less than 11 or I is less than equal to 10. In less than equal to 10 we can go up to 10, but if we use less than 10 then we can go maximum to 9. I plus plus, that is, in first case I is 1, in next case I is 2, next case I is 3, in the next case I is 4, so it would continue till 10. So we have to print, what do we have to print? Printf %d comma I. We have to print I. Use get ch so that output window does not closes. Now we have to compile the program. Control F9. There you go. It is asking to save the file first. I'm saying for save it. Compilation done, 0 errors. Run the program. Control F10. There you go. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I hope the use of for loop is clear. Now we move back to while loop. The syntax for while loop is while condition or expression, whatever you may call it, and then statement. It will check if this condition is valid, it would execute this statement. But once this condition is not valid, the while loop will terminate. Therefore, for a successful run of a while loop, this condition should be valid. This would be clear from the following example. in this example also we will print 1 to 10 but using while loop. Int I. Now I am initializing I is equal to 1. While, since we have to print 1 to 10, therefore I have initialized I is equal to 1. I hope it is clear, this thing is clear to you. While I is less than equal to 10, that is, it can go maximum up to 10. Print f %d I. What I have done is, first I is 1, it would print 1. Now I am going to write a increment statement I++ and close the while loop, and then we have to write get ch. So what I have done in program, I have initialized I is equal to 1 and I is less than equal to 10. Printf. What would we print? 1. I is 1, but now I is equal to 2 after this statement, so it will check here, is 2 less than equal to 10, which is true, the condition is true, it would print 2. Then I is 3, it would check 3 is less than equal to 10, which is true, it would print 3. This would go on till I is equal to 10. Is 10 less than equal to 10, which is true, so it would print 10. And I is equal to 11. Is 11 less than equal to 10, which is not true, so while loop will terminate. So it would print from 1 to 10. So let me compile the program, control F9, 0 errors. Now run the program, control F10. There you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So while loop is very easy. The next thing is do while loop. Do while loop is similar to while loop, but in do while loop we execute this statement first and check the condition afterwards. I am telling you the syntax of do while loop. There you go, do statement while condition. I am going to write same program which I have done for while loop with the help of do while, and we will check whether the result is same or not. I hope the syntax is clear. It would execute the statement first and after that check the condition. I am doing the same program with the help of while loop. I is equal to 1, do print f %d I while I is less than equal to 10, followed by semicolon. In this we have to write semicolon in do while loop after the end of while condition. This I have to erase. There you go. What we have done, we have declared one integer variable, initialized it to 1, do printf I, so it would print 1, and after that we have to use an increment condition I++. So what we have done basically in this program, we have initialized I is equal to 1, it would print I is 1. Now it would increment I, that is the new value of I is 2. It would check while 2 is less than equal to 10, which is true, so it would again come back to do, that is it would print 2 and it would go to 3, so it will go up to 10. Let me compile the program once again. There you go, 0 errors. Control F10, run the program. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the major difference between do and while is, in while we check the condition first and then execute the program, but in do we do not check the condition first, we just execute the statement and after that we check the condition. For example, I am saying int I is equal to 11. Straight away I am using I is equal to 11. Now I am going to run this program. Control F10, Control F9, compile it first. Control F10. There you go. It is still printing 11. You know, because I is equal to 11, it would straight away print 11, and after that it will check is 11 is less than equal to 10, which is not the case. But since we are executing the statement first, not checking the condition, it would print 11. On the other hand, if we use only while loop, it would check the condition first while I is less than 10, less than equal to 10. Printf %d I plus plus. Now I'm running this program, control F9, compiling it first, control F10 running. See, it won't print anything. Because I is equal to 11, it is checking the condition first. Is 11 less than equal to 10? Not true. Terminate the loop. No use of this statement. On the other hand, if we use do while loop and initialize I is equal to 11, it is still going to print 11, since in do while loop we do not check the condition first, we straight away execute and after that we check the condition. I hope the difference between while and do while loop is clear, and in this lecture we have studied 3 loops, for while and do while, and in the next lecture we are going to study about functions. This is the most important part of C, so we are going to study functions in next lecture. And if you want to download this video, you can go to my website sites.google.com sites site slash pl lectures. I'm repeating it once again, sites.google.com site slash pl lectures. So this is all we have for today, and until next lecture, it's goodbye, take care.